Hey, good evening. I'm Lisa with Lisa Boone Designs, and you are watching Scrap Happy. This is a Crafty Bunch event that I'm hosting today. We started at 3 p.m. Central Time, and it's already been so much fun. Honestly, the people that signed up for this event are people that I'm learning, and so I'm getting some great information from them, and I hope that you will watch them as well. You can watch inside of the Crafty Bunch and just refresh your screen, and then you'll be able to see the next presenter. After me will be Nicole. And I know she'll have something amazing. So I'm going to go ahead and share myself in since I'm the one that's hosting the event. If I can find myself, there I am. Um, I'm going to share myself into the Crafty Bunch. Please, again, follow me inside of there so that you can watch all of the presenters and even watch the replays from earlier today. So I started off with one project that I wanted to do, possibly two. We're talking about scraps, how to use your scraps, how to get rid of them. And I needed the inspiration myself because I have so many scraps. I don't know if you can see behind me, but all of this is scraps. And I don't think about it. I don't think about it. I put them all in here and I organize them by types of paper. And I had these two are overflows. And I was like, I have scraps everywhere. I need to use these. We need a marathon on scraps because I cannot be the only one that has a multitude of scraps, whether it's fabric, whether it is paper. There's so many things that you can do with it. And I'm in a junk journal mode right now. And so I wanted to do a few things that would benefit us all if we're into paper crafting and junk journaling. So the very, very first thing that I wanted to do, I made this last night, is a little pocket. And I love the way it turned out. I just paper clipped it here. You could glue it on here as well. And I'm going to show you how I made this, and we're going to do that. And then I started thinking, well, what else can I do? And then I made this. I haven't glued it in, but this could be a great tuck spot, and I'm going to show you how I did that. So it's just sitting there. And then last night I wasn't sleeping and I was watching a YouTube video, and this lady, I've been really intrigued by toppers and page, I don't even know what you would call this, but just things that you could put at the ends of your pages. That's why I grabbed this. This is a journal that I've started working on, and I thought, let me just show how these things can look. So this actually can clip in. It's a hidden paper clip page ender. I don't know what you call it. I really don't know. But I made this last night out of scraps, and I was gonna just be able to write on the back. So that's what I had initially intended. So I want to get started because I have a lot of things to show and to play with. So I've got scraps all here on my side, all kinds of things. So the first thing that let's start off with this. This is so cute, and I did it in my last journal that I did. Whose journal was I working on? Becky's Whimsy, and I didn't show how I did it. I talked about it, but I didn't show it. So this is a coffee filter. It's funny because I think it was it Joe or was it Anne? I think it was Anne. Anne talked about coffee filters, and I was like, uh-oh, I'm getting ready to do coffee filters. I have a few things that I'm doing. So there's so many ways that you can use this. This right here, we're going to keep this here for inspiration. Let's start off with that one. And, if I can't do all of them, we're going to do them soon together. Hey, Callie, how are you? All right, so we're going to make this cute little pocket. So this pocket has multiple little pockets. It's multiple pockets in one. So here's how I did this. I took the coffee filter. I folded it in half, and then I folded it in half. Again, just equal parts, just like this. And then I decoupaged a piece of napkin. So we're going to do that. You can use tissue paper, you can use a napkin, like you can decoupage all kinds of things. So these are all just scraps. I always have napkins, like always. I'm trying to see which one I might want to use. I guess let me use this one. Yeah, because I used this one earlier and I really wanted that butterfly on there. I love butterflies, so I'm going to cut this. Usually I water cut it, but I'm going to put this to the side. And I'm kind of going to audition it here. I want that butterfly on there. That's my main thing. Hey, Maritza, how are you? Okay, so this is what I have to do. I'm going to use my glue stick. You kind of want to be careful only because this is thin. So I'm just going to go like this. And I am going, see the crease? I'm just going to glue where the crease is. Said I just cleaned my thing off. And I was like, I keep getting glue all over it. And it makes it hard to do the next thing when I get glue everywhere. This is just a silicone mat. This is supposed to be for my heat press. It's all good. All right, so I'm going to put my friend, the butterfly, right there. Let me know what you guys are doing. It is so hot. Hey, Patsy. It is so hot here. Everyone's been talking about the weather. Patsy, did you say you were from Virginia? Hey, Melanie. Melanie is going to be our last presenter, so you're going to want to watch inside of the Crafty Bunch. I can't wait. This has been so much fun. Been enjoying watching everybody do their thing. All right, let's see. I barely got it on there, but I got it on there. And let's see. Y'all, you know, you should never do this. Don't do what I just did, because you could rip it. But I needed to go over a little bit more. I did it. Okay. It's hard to see with the light, so I'm going to see if I can't carefully get this back on here. And I don't care if it's all on there. I just didn't want that line at the end. Okay, let's see. I'm going to squeegee it from the back since it's so fragile. Like, you do have to be careful with napkins because they're really fragile. Look at how pretty that looks. Obviously, we have to clean it up. Do I want it like that? Yeah. I kind of got it off center. That's okay. We'll use this side. We'll use that side. All right, so I'm going to cut the excess. I'm just going to trim it all off. And I had so much fun creating this last night. I really did. It was super fun. You can glue the back side too, because if you want to clip it in the way that I did, you can make it pretty on both sides. Let's do that. Let me know what you guys do with your scraps. Do you throw them out? Do you keep them? Yes, still in the 80s. Ooh. It's supposed to be winter, like Kentucky. I'm in Kentucky. Kentucky is usually really, really cold right now. And it's so unusual for it to be warm. But we do get a lot of tornadoes, so then that makes you think, uh-oh. All right, so here we go. So again, I'm just going to show you, if you're just coming on, this is a makeshift journal, and I had this clipped to the end right here. and it makes a multiple pocket. So that's what we're recreating. So I'm going to leave this here at the corner where you can kind of see. Turn on the air. It is on. It is on. I have the air on and I have a fan right here. I always have a fan on though. Like I stay hot. I'm always hot. All right, so here we go. I'm not going to decorate the back side, but I am going to decorate the front side. And so what I want to do, move all of this for a second. I've got multiple things that I want to do actually. I was talking about that. I mean, I've got some projects here. I've got some different things that I want to show you. All right, so I'm going to put this a little bit lower, maybe here. All right, so I have some buttons here. I have different buttons that I wanted to use. I don't know if I want to use a color one. We'll see. And then I have some pieces of fabric. I have lots of lace. Look at all these little things. Like this one has a little pearl. It was like a big strip, and it had pearls every now and then. Like this could be cute all on its own, actually. And keep it like that. I did a couple of layers here. So let's see. And then I also, let's see. All right. Let me show you what I did actually. All right, so this is like that mulberry paper. I added that to the back. That's my very back layer. And then I have the 4 pockets from the actual coffee filter. And what I did was I think I glued it. I glued the lace. And then at the back, and I don't think I have enough to fill it, but I could just cut a little bit, and then I'm going to have more scraps, right? That's what happens. Like I do stuff, and then I have more scraps. Is that the same? I bet you Callie does that. You just have all of these scraps because she's all the time doing stuff. All right. So I'm just cutting it. And I think I did sew this one, but I think I'm gonna glue it because I want it to be dimensional and layered. So we're gonna do that, and then I'm gonna get a piece. And you have to be careful when you're gluing. So I am gonna do this. Let's glue this one first. All right. Just gonna. This is, barely paper. It's so thin. It's so thin. So I'm just gonna follow the shape. And you definitely want to put this on something just because it is so thin, because of the glue. It took me a second for it to stick. So that's why I'm doing that. Okay, let's have that sitting here. And then on this one, I had another piece, and I think I wonder if I should put it behind. I think I like this one behind. I really wish that I could have sewn it, but I changed it. I have black thread for the next project. I love using lace with paper. What about you guys? Okay. I think this can work. And then I'll cut the excess off. I like that because I wanted the paper, the napkin, to come over. Hey, Chris, how are you? That's awesome. All right. So we're talking about what do you do with scraps? Guys, I've got to do better. I've got to do better. I have so many scraps. And so that's going to be my challenge because we've got the junk journal the friendship journal that we're doing, which I've been loving. I've got the new journal in, and I've got, can I say, I don't know if I can say whose journal I have yet, but I have been having so much fun trying to piece together some things that I'm going to do for her. So again, this is a coffee filter. I decoupaged the napkin. I just put some lace here. We're going to fold this in half, fold it in half again. It's going to create this beautiful pocket that we created. You could glue it on, or you can clip it in like this. I'm clipping this in because it's an example. And then I'm going to sew this whole thing together. That's how we're going to finish this off. I love sewing. I would have sewed this in white on top, but I've got black, and I like adding black. Black helps to ground and just kind of put it together, or a dark brown or a dark navy, like whatever you have. So I'm just going to do this real quick and show you. I'm not gluing this. I'm just literally going to stitch this shut. So I don't know if you can see, I did pink there, and I'm just going to carefully, the glue is still wet, but we're going to just get this really quickly. Do you guys like sewing? I love sewing onto my projects. It's so much fun. And you don't have to know how to sew, I promise. It'll work. You kind of learn as you go. Okay. And I like adding a little bit of thread to the end. Yeah. And I may have to just put this in here. I cut it a little bit crazy. But look at how cute that is. Isn't it cute? I just think it's so cute. I like the brown coffee filter, but you could use white, or you could dye it. Like, that would be super fun, to dye the coffee paper and use it as a pocket, and you don't even have to put a napkin. Hey, Diana, how are you? So here we go. So we have all of these. So when you put it in, you can put all kinds of tags, all kind of ephemera, all in here. And if you glue it on, then you can even put it behind that mulberry paper. And so that is one way to use scraps. Now, I did add some embellishments on here, so we can do that really quickly, because I do want to move on and show you some other stuff. So here is, here's a scrap. It's a flower. Can you see that? Oh, that's so pretty. We're going to do that. I may not add anything else. I don't know. Guys, if you're not watching Inside the Crafty Bunch, please watch Inside the Crafty Bunch. We've got some really awesome ladies that said yes. I have another event that we're going to do this month called Let It Flow. It's a watercolor event, so I'm excited about that. I do want to say that normally the first Sunday of every month I host Christ in Crafting, and I didn't realize the first Sunday is Easter. So we're not going to have Christ in Crafting in April, but we'll resume in May. So make sure that you put that on your calendars, right? Because it's so much fun. It really is. And I know all the ladies love it, and they have so much fun. I'm just going to glue this down to make it go lower. So we would love to have you do that. And I have a couple of other events for ideas for some other events that I want to do. But I'm thinking that we're going to do this scrap happy again. What do you guys think? Do you need help staying encouraged and inspired to use your scraps? Let me know. Please mention the glue you're using. Absolutely. I'm using Art Glitter Glue, and here I just rebottle it. And then in here, the glue stick is Doris. I buy it on Amazon. Glue stick. You can do a screenshot. And this is just Art Glitter Glue. I have so many bottles. Like, this is just Art Glitter Glue. Here, let me do it this way. And I do all the time. I have all kinds of bottles of 3-in-1 or Fabri-Tac. I usually use that for fabrics and stuff. Okay, so that's that. Actually, you know what? I think I like the idea of that little. So if it's a button, sometimes I'll use the oops. Sometimes I'll use the art glitter glue. It's stuck. I was working on this last night. It gets goopy. It gets really goopy, but it comes off. So I'm going to add this little, just a little bit. And I didn't try to press it too hard because I didn't want it to sink in. So I did like puff it up a little bit because I don't want that to get stuck. So I just think that is such a cute way to make a little pocket out of a coffee filter, napkin, and a little bit of leftover lace. Super cute. This is great for Happy Mail, and you can put a lot of, you know, little pieces of ephemera, some thank yous. Okay, so that's one. Then I started playing, and I thought, okay, what if I took the entire coffee filter and I glued, show you, this tissue paper. I got this tissue paper. It was from the quilt. It was from last year's project. Somebody wrapped their 12 by 12 quilt that we were creating and mailing to each other. And I used this for the inside of my journal cover for this current project that we're doing. And then it was kind of loud for my journal because of the cover. And then I put white tissue paper over to mute it down. But I absolutely love this paper. And so I've been using it for multiple projects because that's what you do. You save your tissue paper, right? And so I glued on the entire coffee filter, and then I cut out a piece of music paper, and then I sewed it. And I just think this would make a great pocket. So whether it's tissue paper, whether it's a napkin, I just think you can glue it. This paper is flimsy because it's brittle and old, but I just think it looks so great. What do you guys think? Let me know. And then I started working with this one, and I thought this would be, only did half of it, and this is how I would use it. I would go ahead and use it this way, and that would be so pretty on any journal, don't you think? Please, okay, that was weird. Doing good. We'll have to watch the replay to see exactly what you made. That it's gorgeous. Thank you, Diana. I don't know why that just popped up for me. But I thought if you make believe that this could be a page in your signature that you could actually sew in. So that would be really pretty. And I did, and it was so easy to do because once you flatten it out, I have one that I started. And what I did was I wanted to make it a little bit sturdier. So let me just open this up. Instead of putting my napkin straight on here, I did pattern paper. I love pattern paper. I always have tons of pattern paper. I always have scraps of pattern paper. And I love using it in all of my paper crafts and my journals. So I did that just to give it a little bit more of some, you know, firmness. I don't want it too firm, but I still want it. I love the texture. Can you hear that? I love that. And then I thought, I love this napkin, and I love how it's not gonna stretch over everything. I love that it looks like that, but you know, you can move it a little bit. However, I kind of like it like that. And I thought, what a pretty paper that would be. And if you really did want to make it firmer, you could put, you know, some kind of a thin, like the Dollar Tree paper that's coffee dyed. I love the way that it feels. This is actually it. It's thin, and you could do that so that someone could write on it. I think that would be really cool. So let's go ahead and add this on here and see what that would look like. Again, we are doing this live on the Crafty Bunch group. It's a free group full of inspiration all the time. there's always somebody going live. There's always somebody sharing some inspiration. We have some wonderful creators and some amazing events. I am excited about an event. It's a 2-day event that my friend Nicole is going to be putting on next week. I think it's Monday and Tuesday or Tuesday and Wednesday. Hey, Pam. I can't remember which, but it's called Beauty for Ashes. And we're all making journals for women that are in recovery. I'm so excited about that. Like, I love that. As soon as I heard, I was like, oh, I missed that. I'm so glad you had some spots open. Sign me up. Again, I'm in the junk journal mode right now. Doing the vintage traveling journal that we're doing, the friendship journal. I'm in the vintage group. So look at that. Look at how pretty that's going to come out to look. That's going to be so pretty. I'm going to let that dry and then we're going to cut it. While I'm letting that dry, wait, there's more. Monday and Tuesday. Yes. I love this Beauty for Ashes idea. I had all of my papers printed. Espérate un momentico, por favor. Let me show you. I'm going to do a sneak peek because I am like so excited. I had mine printed at the UPS store because I love their paper and I love the quality of the prints. Y'all, this is so beautiful. I had 2 of each one printed just so that I can have some flexibility and maybe use it for somebody else's journal. Love. That's a sneak peek. You're going to have to come back next week to see what we do with this because a lot of people are going to be using this paper and it's going to be so much fun. So much fun. I am so excited, especially because of what we're doing it for. Okay. So while that's sitting there and waiting, I told you last night I was not sleeping and I'll always go on YouTube, and look at what's going on. And whenever I've made journals, I've never made toppers, so I've been really intrigued by the toppers and the embellishments for pages, and so I've been playing. And I saw this lady, I don't know who it was. Deliciousness. I know. So I'd done this last night. A little thing that you could put in there, and it was made all with scraps, fabric and paper. Again, love incorporating all of that, and I sewed it. I've got the, fringe. Like, I don't know if you can see. No, there we go. No, yeah, maybe. I love the way that looks. I left that there to flap. And then you can write a scripture or something encouraging, a prayer, I don't know, whatever. But this is simply a hidden journal, a hidden paper clip. Edger. I'm calling it page edger. I don't know what you call it. But I just collaged and there's a tab. This is magazine. So let's make that while we wait for that to dry. Cause it's 6:30. That's good. We got time. I've got one more thing I'm going to show you too. Sneak peek. All right. So this is just a magazine, vintage magazine, folded in half, and then flip it. I'm going to use my lines here for a second. Flip it and pull it up a little bit. So like here is the edge. Flip it up a little bit. So see how this is lower than that. Then do the same thing. Okay, you can see it here, right? So now we're going to match it. Okay. So what I want to do different. All right, so this is like that, right? But only this is lower than the edges, okay? We're going to put the paper clips there. But I think before I do that, I want to collage this because the paper clips are hidden in here. And I toyed with having them stick out. I think she had done it where it was sticking out and you could do like a dangling thing, which would be so cute. But I didn't want to do that. So I want to just embellish this and collage it with all kinds of my scraps. So hold on a second. I love, love, love this idea. I saved all of these strips that I had cut when I did my a previous junk journal, and I like stamping. So I have a couple of stamps. I think I liked this one. And I'm going to use just Vintage Photo and just get it on here. I love this. I don't know where I got this stamp. I have no idea, but I love it. I love it, man. I love it. All right, so I'm just going to rip it and we're going to use that. And I probably, oops. These are my favorite go-to rubber stamps. I'm going to do the same thing with this. Oops. There we go. I love that. I love stamps and coffee dyed paper. And this was given to me by my friend Art by Mel. And so I get to think about her every time I use it. And look, I love that. I love how that looks. I'm going to use that top one. Oh, actually, what I want to do is we're going to, I like to ink. If you don't like to ink, that's okay. You don't have to ink, but it's so much fun. It really is. I like it. Makes it look old and vintagey, and most of the journals that I like to create are old and vintagey looking. So I don't usually do printables. Like, that paper was gorgeous. I don't usually do printables, but we are going to do it, and I'm going to try to grunge it up. I am. So I'm just going to move these around because I don't want to have, oh, you know what we need to do? We need to cut this. This is too long. So we need to cut this to 8.5. And you could collage the whole thing and then cut it and then use the scrap. But I'm not going to do that right now. All right. Nope. Okay. All right, so this is what we're going to do. And then we're going to cut out notches and we're going to have fun. So I think I want to use this like this. And I kind of want to spread it out. And I have Bible pages and dictionary pages. I have all these scraps. So we're going to use them. Oh, I kind of like this. This is a scrap. Okay, let's just start getting it down. And this is so easy. Y'all, you could get a whole bunch of scraps, right? And a whole bunch of glue and different things and embellishments, or just do the scrap part and do this by the TV while you're watching TV at nighttime or just winding down. I think that would be a great way to have a great night. And one of them, I did another one and I was playing with it. I don't know what I did with it. I moved it, but I had it come out so that it wasn't straight. Because normally I really don't like things to be straight. I like it to be interesting and curvy. Like, see, I'm going to let that come up. I like that. If you could always cut it and make it however you like. And I haven't glued the inside yet. I just want to do this because I found that it's going to be easier to do this part first. I always use hymnal paper and I always use Bible pages. You know, old Bibles that somebody discarded. Because I like using the word in everything that I do. If you don't like it, that's okay. Okay? That's okay. Don't get mad at me. Because I know a lot of people have opinions. It's okay. Serious. I think, let me see. Let me move that up a little bit. I don't want to see the blue. What type of glue stick are you using? Joyce, I'm using the Doris glue stick. It's my go-to one here lately. I used to use the Yoo-Hoo all the time. This is just a little bit less expensive, and it works really well. And if I don't get it all the way in, then I can do the edges, you know, with the other paper, the other glue, I mean. But I like incorporating the stamped, you know, on regular. Can you hear my dog? She's crying. She wants to probably go outside or go to her puppies. She's going to have to wait a minute. Oh, y'all, I have this thing. I'm sorry. I do not like straight edges. Ginger, hold on a second. Nobody's here. And she's my girl. Like, she wants me. I'm going to put this here just to break up that edge. And then we're going to, let me see, what else do I have? See, this is already aged. I like that. Ooh. I usually use these kind of pieces on the ends. All right, I'm going to make myself do it. Sometimes I'll force myself to use a straight edge. But usually I don't like to. All right. So we've got that. So now what we can do, Ginger. All right. I have some glue that seeped in. That's okay. Here we are. We're going to open this up. Oh, the other thing I wanted to do, the other reason why I didn't want to glue it is because I thought it would be so cool if you don't glue it, you can go ahead and sew. She's going to be aggravating. I am so sorry. You can go ahead and sew, and that would be really nice. But the glue is wet, so I'm not going to do that. So here we go. We're going to take like if you wanted to add an embellishment, like something dangling, you could do that with these long ones. Oh, she might want to get to her puppies, but like that's far away. So you could like have that sticking out like that. And then you would have some small ones just to reinforce and make it sturdy. So then it's your hidden clip, and then you're going to put this on your paper, right? But before we do that, I'm going to show you. I was waiting for the glue to dry. You can cut it, but I'm going to use this envelope and then make a notch. I'm going to do a big one. Okay. So now we have a notch. And I feel like that was easier because when I did it the other way around, then I had to, when I decoupaged and glued everything on, I had to cut it all out. So now I can just take my straight edge. Ginger, stop. No. Oh my gosh. She wants to, I think she needs to get to the puppies. All right, we're going to cut this. And see, it's so much easier. So now, see, it's cleaner. I feel like it's cleaner. All right. Now, I can do this. And, of course, you would do the other side. but I'm not doing the other side for sake of getting it done and showing you how I did it. So this is how you do it. And then you just put whatever in here and you do it, you know. Let's put this in and then I'll show you. So I'm going to put this here below the tab. And then I'm just to make it sturdy, you could probably just do one on the bottom, but I'm going to do one on the top and one on the bottom. And then we're going to glue it. I'm going to use my art glitter glue. Hey, Linda. How are you? I'm going to use that. And we're going to get her done. Make sure you get in there. And then, see, that is so much easier because I had to decoupage on top of it. So I like that. I like doing it like that. So after me is going to be Nicole. I'm so excited to see what she's going to do. Everyone has done something different, so it's been fun to watch. And even if we have the same project, just like the vintage journal, we all do it differently, even though we're using the same tools. Now, I thought it would be really cool to add some lace, some trim, you know, I could have decoupaged some fabrics throughout here, but just, see, okay, see, this is pretty straight-ish. I like that. I like it coming out because when it goes on the page, let's see if I can find a page where you can see it. Maybe? Okay, let's see. And what I like about this too is that you can push it all the way in, like all the way, or you can pull it out a little bit so it sticks outside of your page, because I don't like my pages to be the same. And I really like that layered like that. I think if I did it in a journal, like I would definitely stagger the tab. And then also, I like how this is small and this is large. Can you see that? Like, I like how that looks. Those little bottles squishy. Wait, those little bottles squishy easy. Yeah, I love it. Hey, Carol. So, but I think too, like I said, she's getting on my nerves. I love her though. Ginger. No. See, like adding a little bit of lace or trim. Let me let her in here. Oh my gosh. Ginger. You are being naughty. You're being naughty. Come on. Come in here. No, no, no. Okay. Go, go. Go, go, go. Come on. Lay down over here. Lay down. Lay down. Lay down. Go. All right. Now the puppies are crying because they heard me. I think that would be pretty. And then that could set it off. And then if you wanted to do like lacy, I mean, look at, like if you wanted to add, like that would be really pretty. Just incorporating the lace in there, or even on this end. So this wasn't straight. Let's straighten it out. All right. See, I like the way that looks. What do you guys think? Bless her heart. Yeah. She is hard to get along with. When she wants to go outside or she wants to get to the puppies, it's like now. She will not wait. She will not wait for anything. The puppies ate, so I know that they're not hungry, but they might have done some business and she likes to clean it up. And she gets anxious about it. Y'all, these puppies got to go. Well, actually, we've been having fun with them. They are 7 weeks old. Okay. So now, while that's sitting there, let's cut this up. I just love the way this looks. I would definitely use this as a page in a journal, but you could also make it a pocket like we've done with the other ones. And if you use water, like a water pen, you can just rip it off, and then you have that organic edge, which I love. Okay, so I put pattern paper first, so it's more sturdy. It's a lot more sturdy than, I have this one. This one just has a napkin on the half. See? So see the difference? So it's still thin, but look at how cute this would look. And again, these are scraps. These are, you know, napkin scraps that I used. Look at how pretty this would look. And I would ink it. If you don't like to ink, don't look. Don't look. Don't look. Don't look. All right. I mean that, and if, you know, putting that there, and if I had this on this page too, like if I had these together, I would add a little bit color on this. I would add, not this color, but just, you know, some color. I think it would be pretty. And, or some pieces of fabric, like you could make it match. Make it match. But how pretty. Like all those layers and fabrics. And, but then if you wanted, let's move this. So this originally, I just sewed it. This is tissue paper with the coffee filter, and I sewed it onto a big sheet. So we can go like this and have this. This is used, right? Because we got this as a gift. And then we decoupage it onto the coffee filter. They're fighting. Bless the Lord. They're fighting. Okay, so that's what we're doing. And then we made these pockets. Look at how sweet they all are. And then this was my original one. I like doing my papers in different sizes. So I would put this here. You could glue that on there. If it was, let's say, if it was bigger, you could glue it on there, or you could use a little clip or pieces of the napkin. Yeah. Yeah. I think I know what you're saying, Callie. So I just love this. I love this because you could write in here. You could still write in there, and that would make it beautiful. But you could embellish it on top. So we have 15 minutes. Great. I was hoping. Okay. I did this journal a couple of weeks ago. Okay. This was a napkin. I got this napkin at TJ Maxx. I have a whole bunch. Let me know if you want some. And I cut it out, and I had gotten this napkin as well. And so I added, like, here you could put some stuff in there, and there's some lace. And I cut out the papers. These were all scraps. There was packaging paper. There was some coffee dyed paper. And then there was a front and a back. And so I just glued it on. This is a soft cover. It was so much fun to do on the trim. Yes, yes, yes. So I had extra, and I glued this on to a piece of paper, just copy paper, a thin copy paper. And I thought, how cool would it be to add this to the page, to the coffee filter. And like you could do it straight on there with a napkin, or, you know, we could decoupage this on here. And this is sturdy, so this is really flimsy. What I would do is I would collage it. Let's do it real quick. I would either put the paper down, the napkin paper down, and let's see what it would look like, because I had toyed with this idea. I think I like this. See, where's my book? Okay. I actually put the napkin down, and then I had decoupaged pieces of the napkin that I used on the inside here. just a little bit, and then I sewed all around, and I put matte medium on top, and so it's not as flimsy as you would think, but it gives it some texture, and it looks really cool. So I did that, and then there's like music sheet paper. I think that's what I used for here, and then I put more of the other napkin. But I thought, what would it look like with a really bold napkin? And I think that that would be really cool. So I would maybe strengthen this a little bit, maybe put the coffee dyed paper on the inside, and then, but I also thought this would be cute coming out, like, you know, like maybe coming out of the paper and sewing it on. So what do you guys think? Let me know. We have 10 minutes. We can do this. Should I put it on plain paper, plain coffee dye, and use scraps and collage it, or put it on the coffee dyed paper? Give me your input and let me know. One thing that I do like to do while you guys are chiming in, I love to take scrap papers too and stamp on them and use them in collaging. So I had thought like that would be a really nice collage, like, and just collage it with all kinds of paper and then put this at the end and then put that in a journal. That would be really cool. Or you could do it this way and have it be a pocket on the bottom of a page. Let me know what we should do with, you know, we could put that down here. Like, we can cut this here. Wouldn't that be pretty as a pocket down here, collaged, and you just stamp? This is actually a Bible page that I stamped with that butterfly. I love using butterflies. I talk about that all the time. But I think that that would be really cool. So what do you guys think? What do you want to do? How do you want to play? Should we put this one on here, or should we collage it? This is upside down. I don't like him facing that way. I like him facing this way on the paper, but I like him coming out of the coffee dyed paper. So no input. You guys no input? All right, this is what we're going to do. We're going to sew this on here. All right, I'm going to move this, and I'm going to sew him up. And it's going to look, I think it's going to look so cute. I think. I believe. And you know what? It's just paper, and it's just scraps, right? It's just a napkin. If you don't like it, you could always change it up. I think I'm going to do 5. Oops. Hey, Rummy. What are you doing, buddy? Okay. So even though there's, no, love your Peter Rabbit. It's a napkin, girl. It's a napkin. All right, so we have a few minutes. I'm just going to go ahead. And get this on here. Nicole is up next. Oops, missed a little bit. Nicole's up next. And then Melanie, Be the Light. So it's been a fun night. Let me know what you guys thought about or what you think about this event. I'd like to do it again. You can go slower if you need to, but I'm just trying to get it done. You could also, I mean, the one I did for the book, oops, I'm like way off. I did it, oops, let me get this, straight stitch, and that came out really cute. I like the way it came out. Okay, one more. There we go, one more. But I love this stitch. And where's my scissors? I just love the element of, I really like that stitched. Is this the only image of him eating the carrot? Yep, it sure is. So this was the package that I got. Oh, Marshalls. I said TJ Maxx. It was Marshalls. So there's a front and a back. So, I mean, and I think it's 2 or 3 ply. Oh, that's how it goes. See, that's why I had extra. So there's 4. You get 4 bunnies, which that's why I had this as a scrap. Okay. But look at how cute. Let's see what it would look like in the journal. Oh my gosh, I love that. Okay. So, hold on, Gingerly. Hold on, baby. I promise I will let you out. Oh, I love it in this paper. Oh, y'all. Doesn't that look so sweet? So I would glue that down here, and I would glue just a little bit, and then this was a great little tuck spot. And this is the one, like I said, we put patterned paper, so it made it a little bit more sturdy. Then I put the napkin on top. So this one is a lot sturdier. But y'all, this could still be, you know, if I would have put the other one on this side, this could still be, well, I would have turned it like this and put them the other way. But you could have this as a center, you know, as a page. Let's see. Let's see. So if you were flipping, like, you would have this one as a page, and then this one as a page, and really, or you could have it as a tuck spot. But if you opened it up, you could write a poem in here or some scripture, like inside of the lines of the sewing. Wouldn't that be so cute? Like, especially if you went around like this with some nice wording, that would be really sweet. And then the same thing down here. I love this. I'm so glad I tried that. So I hope that you were encouraged and inspired to use your scraps to create some cool things. Get some coffee filters. You probably have some in the house, or just go to the Dollar Tree. These I think are from the Dollar Tree. I like these brown ones better. I'm trying to see what else I can make with them. Well, I started doing this little flower thing, and I think it would be cool if I dyed it. And, you know, like you could use this as a topper. Like if this was a topper, you know, I don't know. Like this would be cute, I think. Instead of that, like, you know, and make it textural. And then maybe add a bow. That would be so pretty. Like if you added a bow. Like if this was the bouquet bottom. Oh my gosh. That would be cute. So I had toyed with the idea too of putting this behind here. I mean, I just love these ruffles and the coffee dye. So you're going to be seeing me play with this a lot more. I love the way that this napkin turned out with the coffee dye. And this is just the flimsy. Again, this is like look at how much sturdier. And if I were to put like matte medium on here, it would make it even more durable. So that's another way that you could decoupage that. And like I said, you could write in here, you know, write a little love note. This would be a great way to maybe give somebody a gift card, or, you know, especially if you put it like this, you could have a handwritten note, a gift card, like a little pocket with a gift card. And then they could keep it, you know, maybe put in their Bible or something. Like that would be super, super fun. Let me know how you will do it, because I know you're going to come up with even better ideas. Let me know. I have so much here. Like I have jelly print paper, and I thought that would be really cool because I love deli paper with jelly prints. And I thought that would have been cool to add onto the coffee paper. There's so many ways to do it. Again, gift tissue, napkins, whatever you want. This mulberry paper was really fun to use. Brown packing paper. See, I use that stamp a lot. I love that stamp that I used for the collaging. There's all kinds of ways. So up next is Nicole. So I'm going to share her in. I'm going to find her really quickly. Nicole. I think it's Sparkle. Hold on, Gingerly. Okay, she's there. I see her. I can't wait to see what she's going to do, y'all. All right, make sure you're watching in the Crafty Bunch. And then I'm going to let this little critter to get her to her puppies. And then she will stop crying. All right. I'm trying to share this. It's not letting me. All right, let me see. Hold on, Ginger. Okay. I don't know why it's not letting me. Oh, there we go. Finally. There you go. All right, guys. Go and watch Nicole. I know she's going to do something awesome. It was great seeing you guys. And look for us doing that